Hi, thank you for joining me on my first monthly blog. I'm Gordon Boxall, the Director of Enabling Good Lives, Christchurch. This is about enabling good lives, and I'm going to encourage you to visit the website and see that this is where you'll find the blog, and have a look around the website and see whether it makes sense to you and you can get the information you need, whether as a participant or a family member or a colleague, just having a nose around. So the idea of this monthly blog is to check in with you and keep you up to speed with where we are with the demonstration. We're in our final year now, and so we want to make sure that we are relevant and providing you with the information you need, whether as a participant or as a family member or someone working in the sector. Enabling Good Lives Christchurch is working with students who have OAR status and who are looking to leave school. There are a number of features that Enabling Good Lives is bringing into people's lives, probably the most important being that of independent facilitation in the form of a navigator. And a navigator works with students and families to help people work out what a good life might mean for them and what opportunities that what things they'd like to do that would give them a good life, and raising aspirations really, so that we're not just thinking about what might traditionally have been a pathway for someone leaving school, but opening up new horizons and new opportunities. And what we can do behind the scenes is bring together the various funds that would have been paid to deliver services on behalf of people, and turn these into a budget where the individual and their family has much more choice and control over how those resources are spent, and more flexibility in the ways that they are spent. So people might still use services as they would have done before, that's a legitimate choice, but equally people might want to do something quite different. And we've got some great examples, some of which you'll see on the website, of people who do different things with their money in order to achieve the life that they would like to. I want to just tell you about some of the key features of Enabling Good Lives Christchurch. As I've said, we're working with students leaving school. One of the key things is to help people really think creatively about what might make a good life for them, and not see that there's a predetermined journey that they're on. That people bring huge strengths and capacity along with family and friends and local communities. So just through the navigator, getting some idea about or really give some information about what they really like to do. Often if you have a disability, people ask you what you can't do, and try and match things that then fill that gap. What we're about in Enabling Good Lives is building on the strengths and the things that you really love doing, because we believe that's the right way. Families and whānau are really important in our lives, and so we're looking also to build the capacity of family to be able to support their family member really well, and also that of the provider sector, because providers also want to do things differently and have more flexibility in a way that they support individuals in a more personalised way. We have some great examples where schools are providing tremendous transition services in Christchurch, and we want to make sure that we share that good practice so that all schools have the opportunity to do similar things and share ideas, and that we're preparing students for an adulthood which is based on their strengths and what they like to do in an Enabling Good Lives way. Enabling Good Lives is based on a series of principles, and they're all really important, and you'll find those principles on the website. One of the things that we see as being important in Enabling Good Lives is that for the individual and the family, things really make sense and are straightforward, like turning on a light switch, whereas we know that behind the scenes the wiring diagram can be quite complicated. And the work of the demonstration team is to make that as smooth as possible at the front end, while we're trying to desperately scramble around and make it right behind the scenes. It's surprising sometimes how complicated we can make even the most easiest task. So for a transformed disability system, which we're testing out as part of the demonstration in Christchurch. We want to work out what changes need to happen elsewhere in order to make it straightforward for people. One of the things we're testing with this blog is really whether it resonates with people and what you'd like to see coming up in the future, so that we can then take that on board. This is a very new thing for me personally and for us as an Enabling Good Lives team, so we're just wanting to test this out with you and see whether this makes sense and how we can make it better, so all thoughts would be welcome. There isn't a blueprint for Enabling Good Lives. We're testing new ways of working, and one of the ways that we're doing that is working with disabled people and families and providers locally who advise me on a monthly basis in order that we can try new things out that are based on what people really feel are important, rather than things coming down from government. They're coming up from the people and the sector locally and applied directly to Christchurch. So I really want to thank the people in Christchurch who are part of the local advisory group and assisting me and advising me and guiding me in directing the work. Another important group, the National Leadership Group, again led by disabled persons and families, and they assist me with, or they assist the local advisory group by attending those monthly meetings as well. And the National Leadership Group have another important role, which is about governance. I report through each of the ministries into a joint agency group, and the National Leadership Group are represented on that group. And I think that's the first for New Zealand, and it's unusual internationally, so that it reflects the importance of the voice of disabled people and families in this whole process. I want to move on to what might come up in future blogs. We've got a really exciting, it's an exciting time at the moment. We've got an evaluation taking place, which will be ready early next year in terms of publication. But in the meantime, we've got what we call a feedback loop, where we're asking around, we've commissioned an independent organisation to carry this out, so that we can find out how people are finding Enabling Good Lives. So we've got a good number of people being interviewed at the moment, and by the next blog I should have some answers to the questions that are being posed around how people are doing and what things we can do better. So I'll share some of those good stories and challenges next time. Before I sign off, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you'll get all our updates automatically. And of course, please do remember to hit the like button as well. Thanks very much.